Hello and welcome to AfriRaise. Kindly find it right to hit the subscribe button and help us in our journey to 1,000 subscribers. And today, Meg Whitman, the American ambassador to Kenya, has resigned. Her tenure was unexpectedly, or should I say expectedly, short and sour. In her resignation letter to President Biden, she cited honor and privilege in her work to improve lives, create opportunities, and make Kenya a stronger ally of the United States. Just months after her appointment, Whitman waded into Kenya's highly contested 2022 elections.
I arrived in Kenya days before the August 22 general elections. What I witnessed was nothing short of remarkable. Kenya held what many analysts and commentators say was the freest, fairest, and most credible election in Kenyan history.
A move that surprised many, especially that the results were disputed by the Azimio coalition. Her early endorsement of the election even triggered a war of words between herself and the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga.
Tell the rogue ambassador, Kenya is not United States. Kenya is not a colony of United States. Keep your mouth shut when you hear. Otherwise, we will call for your recall back to your country.
Raila reminded her that Kenya is not a colony of the United States. Raila's words echoed the widespread sentiment among Kenyans that Whitman had crossed the line. She was acting more of a politician than a diplomat. But were there other reasons behind her early exit? Let us break down her statement, her actions, and why Kenyans are widely divided over her legacy. And first, let's get the basics. Meg Whitman handed in her resignation letter right after Donald Trump's win in the 2024 U.S. election. In her resignation statement, she spoke highly of her people-centered agenda in saving lives and increasing security, as well as increasing economic opportunities. She proudly referenced Kenya's recent designation as a major non-NATO ally as one of her biggest achievements. Was it Trump's win, or did the Kenyan public have enough? Whitman's statement paints a picture of a safer Kenya under her watch. But I would ask, did her actions actually align with this statement? One major controversy is, on the 31st of October 2024, Whitman did not sign a joint statement from other Western convoys condemning the abductions and extrajudicial killings that have affected the Kenyan society. For an ambassador who claims to save lives, her silence on this was a big red flag for Kenyans. It begs the question, whose lives was she saving? This perceived contradiction did not help her. It only left the Kenyan youth who were faced by this absurdity feeling abandoned and even sparking an online movement that even led to the birth of hashtags like hashtag recall Megan Whitman and hashtag resigned Meg Whitman. Kenyans on X are urging President-elect Donald Trump to recall Meg Whitman first thing after he gets sworn in January. Whitman's statement implied that her work and efforts had led to more investment by U.S. companies in Kenya and a growth in job opportunities. But was there any noticeable rise in American investments, or was it more of a talking point? And did the Kenyans, she says, had an easier time getting visas really feel the same? Absolutely not. The situation on the ground is actually the contrary. In reality, Kenyans did not see a significant rise in investment compared to previous years. Little tangible progress followed, leaving questions about the real economic impact of her tenure. Also, there were a lot of complaints with regards to the visa application process and the costing at the American embassy. She also talked about the elevation of Kenya to being a major non-NATO ally of the United States. Did this even materialize? And if at all it did any Kenyan feel any change in their day-to-day security? Absolutely not. And if anything, the Haiti Kenya led mission that she helped initiate is about to cripple. For myself, and I'm sure for many Kenyans, these designations only seem to be technical labels, very important diplomatically, but having no real and concrete benefits to the real Kenyan. And as a matter of fact, Whitman's actions only fueled more and more public frustration. It's rare for a foreign ambassador to attract such criticism like Whitman did. Social media lit up with calls of her resignation, and in the end, she decided to call it quits on her own. Her 2 years in Kenya may have been short, but the backlash shows how sour things had become. So, was it Trump's victory that led her to resign? Or was it the pressure from Kenyans who had simply had enough? While her statements lists achievements, Kenyans may remember her tenure less for its accomplishments and more for its controversies. Whitman's tenure was indeed short, but as many Kenyans will say, it was short and sour. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe and let us know what you think of Whitman's legacy in the comments below.